Welcome to the Vertical Buzz, where vertical entertainment finds its voice. I'm your host, Buzz Leer, and I have a question. What makes a leading man in vertical storytelling? Is it the hook? Is it the speed? Is it the connection? Well, today's guest is Chicago-born, he's classically trained, and he is so built for this moment. I'm talking about Nick Ritacco, and we are going to be breaking all of that down today. We're going to be talking verticals, deep dish, and White Sox. This is the Vertical Buzz, the voice of the vertical revolution. Action. All right. Well, are we not happy to have Nick Ritacco in the house? Come on, guys. Let's hear it. Come on, let's hear it. We got him, baby. We got him. Finally.
Very happy to be here.
This has been a while. We finally got you on here, Nick. Yes. So, welcome.
It's an absolute
welcome to the
pleasure.
Vertical Buzz.
Thank you.
So, listen, I'm going to do your bio. We're going to embarrass you a little bit here, but this is all good. All right. So here we go. Nick Ritacco is a Chicago-born actor, and he's an athlete. He's an avid baseball fan, and trust me, we're going to talk about that. And after coming to the conclusion that he probably wouldn't make it as a starting shortstop for the White Sox, Nick left home and he moved to New York City, where he received a BFA from NYU's Tisch School of Arts while studying and training at the Stella Adler Studio for Acting. We'll get into all of that. After performing in numerous theatrical productions and even launching a Shakespearean theater company, Nick found his way to TV and film. He found it there with a recurring role. This is really cool, you guys. A recurring role on Showtime's Homeland and a co-star role on NBC's Law and Order SVU. In order to continue to his pursuit of work in TV and film industry, Nick packed up. He just packed it all up in New York one day, and everything he could carry, including his tabby cat, Cora, which we want to hear about Cora. So, and he moved across country to Los Angeles, where so far he has found work mainly in Lifetime Movie Network, not too shabby, and now he is just one of the biggest vertical drama series stars going out there. And although his days finds himself on set quite often, Nick has shot, are you ready? Over 40 verticals and counting. And that number is going to go up and up and up. And all while he still finds time to watch his beloved White Sox. Here we have him, Nick Ritacco. Welcome, Nick. I'm so excited to have you. I brought a hat for you to wear.
Oh my goodness.
Today. We're going Central Division American League, and we're going Minnesota Twins. No.
Gosh, my White Sox hat is in the car. If
you had it in the car.
Yeah.
Well, here I've got a Chicago hat for you you might like to wear. We're gonna go Cubs. Oh, sorry. No.
Oh man, you did these two daggers right off the bat.
Right there. We're gonna give you the Twins. We're gonna give you the Cubs. I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I grew up as I tell everybody, I grew up in enemy territory. I lived on the north side most of my life.
Oh my God.
As a White Sox fan.
If you understand Chicago, guys, and you understand sports, it is a completely split city. Yeah. If you're on the north side, you are a Cubby. If you're on the south side, you are a Sox guy. Yeah. And ne'er the two shall meet, because those series, and truly, unlike a lot of cities that have, New York Yankees, New York Mets, or even LA Angels, Dodgers, that city is crazy about that rivalry.
We love our base. We love our sports in general.
Absolutely.
I would say that the Bears are, a religion in Chicago. And but I love the split, the South Side, North Side split for the baseball team.
So how long did you live in Chicago?
I grew up there. I lived there till I was 18, and then I went to college in New York.
Right.
So, but I spent my whole childhood in Chicago.
Whole childhood in Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get into that. And so you're a Chicago kid. What first pulled you into acting? What got you there?
Aside from
if you were an athlete in high school, did you do acting also?
So yeah, aside from the occasional school play in grade school that we all were sort of like forced to participate in.
Right.
When I was in high school, I I had dreams of being a baseball player, like we talked about.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? I got there. I was all, 125 pounds, 5'9", soaking wet, all that. Got there. I ended up getting injured in the winter. I dislocated my left kneecap.
Wow.
I was in December, my freshman year. And so while I was rehabbing and training for eventual baseball tryouts, which happened in the spring, my mom was like, hey, you can't come home from school at 2:30 every day. You got to figure something else out to do. And she was like, how about you audition for the spring musical, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
This was your mom's
My mom. And she's like, you
suggestion.
cannot come home at 2:30 every day. We got to have something for you to do.
I love this story.
And so I auditioned and I got a role. I played Simeon. I had Those Canaan Days was the French song.
Yes.
Got my little solo. And then to try to make a long story short, I made the baseball team while, I was going between baseball practice, rehearsal, et cetera. And one of the days that we were supposed to perform for students, we would do, a show for each class. So we ended up doing 4. One of those days that we were supposed to perform for students, the guy playing Joseph did not show up. Had an ear infection. Something along those lines. Did not show up. And we were presented with the choice. We could either have somebody else step in and play the role of Joseph, or we could cancel. And were
you understudying at all for?
No. There was no understudying.
So you weren't even understudying.
However, I have a really good auditory memory, so I'd memorized pretty much the whole show. And so I was like, hey, I can probably sing it. I can figure it out. And they quickly auditioned a couple of us. They're like, you, Nick, you're going to do it. And I had about 15 to 20 minutes to learn the blocking, and then I went on. And before I was Joseph. And I cannot stress this enough. I was probably terrible. It was probably a complete mess.
That doesn't matter. You did it. You did it. You had the balls to do it. So that was like,
And I would argue the show, which it was fun, and any sort of high school production, I would argue the shows that I performed as Joseph were better, blew all the other ones out of the water. Why? Because the ensemble around me just stepped it up, was incredible. The energy was incredible. The support, people kind of pushing me around the stage who knew where I was supposed to go. Because I was 14, as a freshman. And that's when I fell in love.
I was going to say, so that hooked you, and you said, me. "Oh man, this is what I want to do." Yeah,
I was like, this feeling is aside from just the magic of theater itself, the support, the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, sort of mechanism. I was like, oh my God, I love this. I also did those 2 shows as Joseph, and then ran off and was a starting pitcher that day too. It's a really complicated day for me. A lot to absorb.
That's so funny.
But I was like, this is something I want to keep doing. And then off I went, and here we are.
There you go. That sounds a lot like my daughter was a very high level soccer player and ended up playing at Berkeley at Cal.
Oh wow!
So she was a good soccer player,
high level.
But she was also one of her other loves is singing. She's a performer, and so she was in the choir in high school. And same thing, she would run back and forth between being on the soccer pitch and doing practice or even a game and going and throwing on that robe and being in the choir. So I can relate to that.
I love to do. Eventually, they made me choose. Right, I had to pick, and I went with my gut and.
You went with your gut, but you've never lost your love for sports.
No, absolutely. I love them. I love the again, sort of the same thing.
So did you end up playing baseball all through high school then?
I only ended up playing through my sophomore year, and then summer of my sophomore year I played, and then once it came time to when I was a junior, I had to decide what I wanted to do. And so I made the choice. I was going to pursue acting, and I did the school shows, and then summer after my junior year, I got into a summer conservatory at Northwestern University.
Nice.
And studied there. And
my son was the assistant soccer coach at Northwestern.
At Northwestern? I love that. I love Evanston. I love that campus.
It's a great campus.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
And you know who's from Evanston? Tess.
Did you know that? I did know
Tess
that.
I just was in a show with Tess Dinnerstein, and she is from Evanston.
She's from Evanston. We worked together for... we did a 1-day promo shoot for Microco. I hope that didn't break the NDA by saying that.
It's okay.
But we worked together that one day, and we chatted, and I discovered, Evanston. I love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's got big Chicago roots. It's fun to talk to her for a few days on set. Yeah. All right. So you go from high school, you go to Tisch. Tell us about your New York days, because you've got some really good successes in New York between SVU and all that stuff. I mean, tell us about New York.
I had dreams of being a theater actor, right? I took myself so seriously. I was I was like, the stage is for me, not that film and TV stuff. What are we talking about?
I don't want to do that.
I'm a real actor. And I had a wonderful time in New York. It was a wonderful place to sort of come of age. Wonderful friends, and I felt really like ingratiated with the city. I love that city because if you live there, you can't avoid it the way you can kind of avoid LA if you just drive around in your car all day.
Right.
New York is like in your face, and you are part of the fabric, baby. And I love that. I love that town. I went to Tisch, studied classically, did a lot of classical theater, and then when I got out of school, pretty quickly was involved in a sort of fledgling Shakespearean theater company, and we sort of helped push.
And were they based
that.
in Manhattan? Was it?
Yeah, we were. I'd say based in Manhattan. We performed our season at mostly downtown theaters in Manhattan, but we did also we had this thing called Bardcore, which was staged readings at a bar. Out in Queens, we'd do those a couple times.
And all Shakespeare readings?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we were trying to make it through the canon and sort of work through it that way. And we didn't make it. COVID hit. I moved to LA. Lots of things happened. But
oh my God.
But yeah, it was so fun. Like I was living the dream. Completely penniless. But
yeah, but how many of you were crammed into an apartment in Manhattan?
I mean, there was one time I was in a 2-bedroom with 5 people.
Yeah,
that was
those stories are out there. There's a lot of those stories out there. That's great. And so how long in total were you in New York?
I was there for 10 years total, 4 years of school.
Wow.
And
you were really there.
I was there.
You were a New Yorker, man.
6 years out of school. And then near the end of my time there, that's when I booked Law and Order SVU and Homeland.
Was toward the end of that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That was, I think it was, I moved.
So you were really trying to hold on to those theater roots and I'm going to be this actor.
I was. I totally was. And it turns out it's really darn hard. It turns out it's really difficult.
All right.
Then that film and TV work sort of encouraged me to think about LA, and I made the choice and moved out. Yeah.
So, but tell me about your SVU and Homeland experience. Yeah. How is all that?
So the first one I booked was Homeland. That was it. It was sneakily disguised. There was a co-star role that ended up being recurring, but we only found out it was recurring after I got the job, which was fun. Yeah. And I was in.
How many episodes of Homeland?
Two episodes, and one was the finale, and I killed the main character.
Wow.
Or helped me and my boys.
Go back and watch.
Killed the main charter, yeah.
Go back and watch.
I want to say season 8.
The
one season that they shot in New York. Again, I was so fortunate. I was so lucky that because most of the time they were not, I think they were in LA or they were
in different places, if I remember correctly.
The one season that was in New York, I got lucky on them and I booked it, and I had a wonderful time. That was how I started to learn. I was like, oh, this is what a set is like. This is sort of the pace that you work at, the speed. This is all the moving parts. I watched Claire Danes, work. She's incredible. Like, yeah, just flick of a switch and she's locked in.
So was that show then Homeland? Was that the first time you'd ever been on camera?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, truly on camera, aside from like student film sort of situation. Yeah.
So a truly a real paying gig.
Correct.
In a professional project. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
I loved it. Yeah. I was,
you had never even done any commercials up to that point?
No, I had an agent in New York who, while I don't think I got sent out very often by him, the projects that I was sent out for were really quite nice things is what I would say. So while they weren't, I wasn't getting like a commercial audition every couple of days. I don't think anybody really knew what to do with me either, because I was like pretty young, still kind of baby faced, but I walked into a room and kind of like gave more like, hey, what's up? I'm a guy. I'm a man. I'm a guy. I'm not really a boy, but I kind of look like a boy.
Yeah.
The agent told me, he's like, I can't wait till you're 45 and you can really start to work. I was like, okay, it's a long time to wait.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
Well, and then being at the age you are, that even hurts more.
Yeah, right.
You're like, wait a minute, I don't want to be that.
I'm like, man, what? That's I got to wait 20 years to work. It was. That was the first time I was on camera. And then quickly after that, I want to say a couple months after that was when I booked SVU, and I was like, I'm feeling hot. I'm like, all right, here we go. And then it dried up a little bit. And then right before COVID hit, I made the choice to move to LA.
So COVID had not hit?
No, I got here January 4th of 2020, and then everything completely shut down.
Then you sat around for a while.
Yeah. Well, I was very lucky. I made one very good friend before COVID, just by pure chance, and his name is Paul Ruddy, casting director.
You met him before you even got here?
I met him in a workshop in like February, just before COVID really knocked everything out.
Wow.
And he ended up giving me my first job here in a Lifetime movie. And I remember all of us looking at the news as we were filming that final night and wondering at what's up with this COVID-19 thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
And but I remained connected through him. He ended up booking me on a couple other Lifetime movies as well.
Wow. Well, that's it. I mean, we just had Paul Ruddy on an episode that's really a fun episode all about casting, and it's he's a great guy. He's incredible. He's given me so much love and support while I've been here in LA, and I've probably known Paul now 2 years, but he's just always been. He's such a straight shooter, and he's honest. He's good. He's genuine interest and passion for actors. Yeah,
and that's you can't fake that.
No,
he's a wonderful guy.
And speaking about something else about love for actors, that's one of our new sponsors. We have a new sponsor called Verticast.
There we go.
And we want to talk really quickly about Verticast. They host an upcoming segment that we've got coming up on our episode today. So make sure you stick around for Rapid Fire. The Rapid Fire segment is brought to you by Verticast. They are a casting app that is built specifically for this fast-moving world of vertical. It's for actors, it's for producers, it's for directors, it's for casting directors. It's so simple. If you are an actor out there in this vertical world, you're going to want to sign up for Verticast because it is where the vertical casting directors are going to find you. It's unlike anything you've seen. It's not Actors Access. It's not Casting Network. It's none of the other stuff that's out there. You're going to be able to put all your information, your headshots, all your images, lifestyle shots, resumes, demo reels, all the links to everything that you've got from all your social media to IMDb, all of that's going to be up there in one place. A casting director is going to be able to go on there, swipe, cast, and you're going to get work. So there you go. There's Verticast. Coming up, they are going to be sponsoring us on the Rapid Fire segment. So let's go back.
Excellent.
All right, there we go. Verticast. At Verticast app. That's how you find them. Gotcha. All right. So let's go back here. I got a couple questions.
Great.
Is vertical acting, let's get into vertical acting before I ask a couple of those questions. How did, now you come to LA, Paul Ruddy casts you, which I find to be mind-blowing. I had never heard that story. So I was like, okay, Paul Ruddy casts you, you do some Lifetime Network stuff, the world shuts down in COVID for like all of us, and it really did shut down.
Real crickets for a while, yeah.
How did you find Vertical World? How did this all happen?
So 2023 is when I...
And take your time. We want to hear, this is the story we want to hear.
2023 was the year that sort of the universe started to kind of give me a little bit of momentum. Booked a couple things early in the year, one including a Lifetime movie from Paul Ruddy.
Okay, all right.
And then in early June of 2023, my manager at the time was like, he sent me a breakdown for something that they didn't know what to call yet because it didn't exist.
Yep.
But it looked really cool, like a series. It kind of explained it, for almost like a web series for mobile. It wasn't really clear, and it turned out to be my first vertical audition.
Okay.
Went through, I think, 2 rounds of virtual callbacks.
Really?
And then another day of in-person callbacks. Yeah.
What? That was a process.
Yeah. It was a long process, and I ended up booking it. And,
do you remember who it was with?
So that was 24 Karat Onions was the production company.
24 Karat, yeah, I've worked with them. They're good. I like them.
I love them.
Love them. They're good.
Crystal is,
Yep.
She hired me like 5 or 6 times now.
Yeah, they're good. I've worked with them probably 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I like them.
They're good people. And Good Short was the app.
It was Good Short.
I think it might have been the first or second American like English speaking title on Good Short.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
See, understand, guys, that when what Nick is referring to is early on in 23, that's when all the Chinese apps made their way to the U.S. where verticals have been going crazy already for a couple of years. And then they land here. So Good Short, Drama Box, all these people show up, Real Short, and here they are.
Real Short was the only one I heard of, and that was because someone at the audition was like, "Hey, this is, I think, what we're auditioning for." And they're
somebody sitting in the room?
Yeah, well, we were going in and out of the room. It was an odd in-person callback because all the actors were just kind of hanging out, and then we go in and we sometimes read with each other, sometimes by ourselves, come back out. It was a lot of mixing and matching. as you can imagine.
Sure.
But yeah, they're like, I think this is what this might be for. I was like, huh, cool, interesting. Booked it. It was a long shoot. I think it was like a 12 to 13 day shoot. Is a really long one.
Yeah, in the beginning. That's long now.
In the beginning, yeah. Now they're half.
Yeah, 6-8 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was a wonderful experience. I got very close with that cast. A lot of names you'll recognize. Griffin Blasey, Casey Schreier, Alexa Reddy, Kira Wisely, Kelsey Maskill. There's
all
a lot
those
of
people were in this.
A lot of people that we recognize now today. That was our first vertical, all of us. Yeah, which is kind of fun and special.
Yeah. So then it just went on from there. I mean, after that first one, what happened?
So that was
did it do this?
That was June, July, and then booked one in August, booked one in September, October. One in November and then one in December. It's about one a month. The rest of my year there, I think. Yeah. August, September, October, November. So the end of the year. And all of a sudden I was like, this work is begetting work, and this is getting really interesting. And I'm really grateful for getting the opportunity to come into the space that way, because there were no preconceived notions, there was no judgment, it was just me getting to play. With a bunch of really fun, talented people, and that's what it should be, And I think that once they got more popular, there was a bit of a stigma placed on verticals and the style of acting or whatnot, and all of this stuff, and so I'm just grateful that I got into it pre all of the judgment, all of that, and it just allowed me to sort of be me in the space, and here I am still.
Well, are you? Is the vertical, because we talk, because you are a leading man, you're one of the big leading men in this world today. And do you think that the vertical leading man is different from the traditional Hollywood leading man of the past or even the future or where we are?
Not necessarily. No, I don't think that. The
one thing that I see that's a little different is the fandom.
Oh, sure. Okay.
The fandom would be a differentiating factor.
I get what you're saying. I'm more of a, what would they call
I'm not going all the way back to the Gary Cooper types or any of that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, what are they called? Is it like a matinee?
Matinee idol?
Matinee idol. I think that was, somebody mentioned that.
And that's an interesting word to use.
Yeah. Matinee idol in a way. It's the space itself tells a specific type of story right now, that I think we may get to see more of a diverse palette of stories that'll involve leading men doing different things than they've technically been doing for the past 3 years. Right. But right now I think there's a relationship that we have to the fandom. We're not in our estate in Malibu with a helicopter and nobody can access us. I'm talking to fans every day. I'm talking to...
You communicate with fans every day?
Pretty much, yeah, in some form or fashion. People send me messages. They have seen shows. They were touched by something. They've asked for a cameo. There's lots of back and forth between the fans and the creatives, which I think is really special, unique, not something that we've seen
no,
before
certainly not.
This. No.
I mean, I know I had never dealt with anything like this. I don't get the fandom like you guys do, but I just find it to be so fascinating that there's all these very loyal, wonderful fans that keep up on you. Now, there's some kooks out there,
of course,
that happen, but that's in any life, in any world, in any business that we do. They're all out there.
Fan is short for fanatic, and sometimes people skew that way a little bit.
Sometimes they're fanatical to the left or fanatical to the right, and it's like, you're right.
But I think it's just really indicative of the fact that Hollywood has been telling a specific type of story for a specific type of person for a long time. And now there's an audience that feels like this is for them.
Right.
In a way that nothing has felt like that for them before.
So are you of that opinion that says that this is competing with Hollywood?
No. I don't think it's competing. I don't think it's competing with Hollywood.
I'm in that lane. I believe that it's its own lane and it's carving its own road and it's just going to keep going.
It's a pizza pie. There's a slice of the pie now that includes this. And we've already... Hollywood was contracting long before verticals came around. If you're paying really close attention to it, we had the golden age of streaming auditions, and I just kind of missed it with my age and how old I am. I wish I'd been a little bit older, as that was a little bit more into my career when that was going on. I was still a baby, but that that came and went really fast.
Yes.
And you saw Hollywood start to get more and more conservative with, there are tons of big budgets, but afraid to lose money. It's a really bad combination.
Yeah, exactly.
and gave rise and gave space to something like this to sort of rise out of that space.
I understand.
Yeah.
So I do have to ask a question now. I want to ask how you're breathing. Are you breathing okay today? Feeling good?
Oh, yeah.
Feeling healthy?
Really, really healthy. Really good.
Well,
good for LA.
We're going to talk for LA. We're going to talk about our other sponsor, which is Aero, AEIRO.co. These guys have the most spectacular air purifier on the market, the AC-150. And there's an image of it right there. Looking pretty good. The AC-150 will clean up a room 300 square feet, even more. You can follow the entire process right here on your phone. You can put it all up there, upload it. You'll see what kind of crap is in the air in your room and how clean it is after it's been on for a while. And the best part about the Aero AC-150, you can't even hear it. It's so quiet. We could have it on set. Nobody would even hear it. They'd say, oh, wait, is there an air purifier on? Yeah. You know that house out there in the valley with all the cats?
Yeah.
We've been in that house.
I was going to say, I got 3 cats at home. I might have to take a look.
You might have to take it up on that.
Yeah, my doctor says, hey, you might need to get a couple air purifiers.
Well, we'll have to do the AC-150.
There we go.
Because the only thing that you should be breathing is inspiration.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh,
I like that a lot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Aero, AEIRO.co, Aero AC-150 air purifier. There you go. All right, let's get back into verticals. I want to know what role or project really changed things for you? We'll stick to verticals here. Is there one in particular, or maybe two that?
Well, I mean, there's one very specific role. I met my partner Brooke on set.
Wow.
On Fated to My Forbidden Vampire. So that I would say that role. Fated to My Forbidden Vampire on Real Short. Yeah.
And that's where you met Brooke? That's
where I met Brooke. Yeah. We didn't start dating till several months after that show, but that's where I met Brooke.
Okay.
It was also that show was special to me because it felt like the first vertical I worked on that was a beginning, middle, end narrative, less of an episodic. The very early verticals felt very repetitive and episodic. And that sort of like situation after situation, and then kind of the story would just end. This was a beginning, middle, end. This could have been a movie, the story.
Okay.
Right? And so I was like, oh, this is different. I'm taking a bite out of this in a bit of a different way. And
when in the process of these last 3 years did that one happen?
That was December of 23. So that was still pretty
December
early.
23. That's pretty early for that.
And again, the verticals, we've been doing this, right?
Yep.
Like we've been seeing the trends.
Yep.
But that was, December of 23 is when we shot that.
Because lately, I mean, even coming out of 25 and heading into where we are now in early 26, the scripts have gotten a lot better.
Yes,
without a doubt. They have gotten a lot better. There's still some kind of stupid things that
of course
get done. But for the most part, they have gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
They really are trying. And it's going to be a matter, where are you feeling about the tropes? What do you think where's that going?
I've seen incremental change, which is encouraging. But most of the time, what really bothers me about the tropes is when we can accomplish said trope without doing things that are like really big red flags, mostly a violence against women sort of things, right? Like there are bullies. There are tons of bullies in verticals, and the bully character is important to the story most of the time.
Yep.
But does the bully character need to commit sexual assault to be a bully? No, right? And so like I think we can kind of pull the reins back on some of that really just sort of gross pieces of the narrative, but still accomplish what it is that we're trying to do. And I think we're incrementally moving in that direction with a lot of the tropes. So
if you had if there was a dream genre that you would do in a vertical, what would it be?
Well, we did just do my pirate vertical.
That's where I was going there, because I was hoping you would say that.
We did just do the pirate vertical.
So really, tell us about this.
And I know
pirate.
you've spoken with Emma as well,
oh,
right?
I have. Emma's been on, so I know the two of you have been on this.
Pinching ourselves for 8 days on set. It was incredible.
And you were literally on a ship.
We were 3 days. We spent 3 days on a ship. One day we were at sea the whole day, which is just a dream. You're pinching yourself. You're just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. You were out there on
the boat, actually sailing for a whole day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I don't know how this happened. Why pirates and like medieval, period piece stuff is all reserved for the British. So I was kind of like, oh gosh, I've got to jump at this opportunity. Hollywood would never let me do this,
Yeah.
No,
I've seen some of the clips, and Emma even showed me some backstage stuff that she did, and it is like, it's so cool.
It's really
cool. The
cool.
wardrobe alone would make you want to go, oh, hell yeah. Let me do this all day.
Hair, makeup, wardrobe was incredible. And I all of it really, like, Scotty Mullen wrote an incredible story.
And Scotty's a casting director.
Scotty is a casting director, but also he's been writing and he's written a couple things for my drama now.
Yep. Because Scotty works a lot with the people at Share TV. I know that.
Okay, great.
She knows several of those people, but
anyway. He reached out in December of this past year and was like, hey, like, I really want you to take a look at this. And I did, and I was like, I love this. And then Dylan Vox, who's just unfathomably like talented director.
I've worked with Dylan a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's pretty great.
He's so good. His stuff just looks different, and he's coined himself the James Cameron of low budget. And I was like,
well, that's all right. That's no different than Sir Danny Farber. Come on.
No, I loved it. I loved it. I was like, but we should give him a little bit more money for his stuff. But it looks like this really expensive, really, almost Hollywood, how the shot looks, the coloring, everything. It looks like a movie. Yeah. It looks like a Hollywood movie, Maybe
and it's
not quite
pirate theme. Yeah. And isn't this like the first pirate theme vertical that I've heard of?
So it's the first one that I think was platform sponsored. Now there was another one that was independently shot. I want to give them their due as well.
Good.
I believe that is it Beneath Crimson Sails? I think is the title.
I think
I've
seen that title.
Yes, yeah, and that ended up on Candy Jar. It ended up on.
So it's not the first ever.
So not the first ever, but we kind of like, they shot a while ago, and then we shot in January, and we kind of both came out at close to the same time. Very different vibes of story too. One's like ours is, I'd say like ours is a little bit more dark and grungy, vertical style, and like theirs is I think a little bit more epic, fantasy, Princess Bride style sort of thing. But yeah, it's two different styles of the same genre, and I think there's stuff there for everybody.
Sure,
so.
no, I 100%.
Yeah.
Vertical audiences, okay, they decide very quickly what's going on and whether they stick around.
Mm-hmm.
So how aware are you of hooking those viewers like immediately? How aware are you as an actor being on set?
Or
do you just not worry about it?
I don't worry about it. I don't think it's my job to worry about that. So much of that is going to be done in editing. I think if I'm doing my job correctly, it's really easy for the editor to work with, whatever it is to get that hook right. Most of the time the hooks are written in properly, and we're trying to catch the audience in a very specific way. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, if I go in and I've done my prep and my homework, and I'm caring about the things that I care about, and I'm getting after what it is I'm trying to get after while that camera's rolling, then it does it for me.
Does it all?
So I'm not thinking about the audience too much when I'm playing. I'm mostly, if I'm caring about the right things, the audience is like with it. They're with it. So that's sort of been my approach. I've tried not to approach it too differently from any other sort of style. I want to say style of acting, any other platform medium of acting.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so we've talked a little bit about the fans. Let's talk another second about the fans here before we go on to another topic. But what do fans you've done over 40 verticals or whatever the number is. It's a big number.
We sort of stop counting after.
Yeah, you kind of.
Once we get to 50, we'll stop counting.
Well, it's so funny because I just started my 40th. I'm starting it tomorrow.
There you go.
Starting the number 40 tomorrow.
Excellent.
So I'm very happy. Is there one that they recognize you most for? One or two? I mean, you got 40, so it's hard. But
it is hard, and I think it's just indicative of like there being enough out there that people attach to different ones. But I'd say the first one I talked about with Brooke, Theodore Kingsley, vampire. That's the only vampire role I've played.
So only one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's because I think werewolves they're much more prominent in this space than vampires.
Yeah, they are.
So that one's pretty prominent that I get a lot for. I get a lot of love for M in Crush on the Unwanted Princess, which is
Crush on the Unwanted Princess. Okay.
It was a villain that I was nominated for last year at the Vertical Drama Love Awards that ended up winning Villain of the Year.
Yeah, the one we talked about in the bio. Yeah,
and they, the fans, I think really attached themselves, vibed with that character because he wasn't a bully in like the normal Vertical sense. Like I was interested in world domination, manipulation. I was very much like a Bond villain.
Oh, nice.
So it was so fun, fun. So they love M. Anthony DiMaggio in Love Always Finds Its Way, which is what I was nominated for this year. I think a lot of fans love that one as well. Okay. Those are just a couple. And then I hope Xavier Tidefall, the Pirate King, is just like what I'm known for till the end of time. And that's it.
When is that launching?
It's launched.
Oh, it's launched. Pirates is okay. Great.
Yeah, it's on My Drama.
Give the pitch for it.
Yeah, it's on My Drama. It's the
and the name of it again.
It's Kiss of the Pirate King. And we're not faking it. We're out at sea. We got sword fights. There was one day we shot 3 combat scenes with me. 3 sword fight, full on sword fight scenes. Dylan, I absolutely adore this man. He choreographed the fights, would teach it to me, and then we'd teach it to whoever I was fighting. And we just did that 3 times throughout the day. It's a normal 15-page day, and we're also doing 3 combat stunt scenes in it as well. Yeah. Swords, punching, all this. It is incredible. Yeah. I'm just so proud of the team that worked on that. We were all so close. Again, like I could expound on my love for Dylan Vox for days. I love Scotty. Emma's an incredible teammate, an incredible partner. Nicole, our wardrobe, Amy, our hair and makeup, just the collaboration that the team dove into it's just so emblematic of like what is possible when a bunch of artists set their egos aside, come in and throw down and play. And
that's what a wonderful project. Yeah. And you know what? I think I've got a little bit of a treat for you here because we have the trailer.
No way.
We do. We've got the trailer. So we want to watch it. And we want all of you out there, all you subscribers, fans, everybody watching this, you're going to be able to see. And I'm going to let Nick actually introduce it. I'm going to give him a real live intro. You go ahead and give us this intro into the trailer.
All right.
Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the official trailer for Kiss of the Pirate King on My Drama.
How can I love a man who scares me? So I'm your prisoner?
Your father let me take you away as if you were some bird and he was eager to be with us.
Yes,
I know.
I have no choice.
Then Lucian will come for me.
Oh, I don't think anyone's coming to get you, darling.
No!
On my ship. Follow my rules.
This man, help me.
Yeah, well, don't be scared.
We just want to talk to you.
Enough.
No one touches her except for me.
Her name was Jezebel.
She means a lot to you. Who is she?
She's clever, ambitious.
I'll be coming back with you.
I never said I loved you.
So what do you love
Drama.
her?
Come on, Pirate King.
Chicken!
You really are a witch. Getting in my head with your needling little arm.
I don't lie.
I warned you. You should have come with me.
I worked, I bled, I obeyed. Does that loyalty mean nothing to you?
Yes,
There she goes. Yeah, there she goes. There she goes. That's so fun. I'm so,
Yay, we love this. I love that.
Very
That gave me
excited.
chills. I love that.
Very excited.
Wow.
And just again, I think it's emblematic of like where the space can go. That did not cost more than a normal Vertical cost to make.
Wow.
So it's
Well, good on you, good on Dylan, good on all the entire team. What a great job.
oh yeah, thank you.
You should be proud of
Very
that one.
proud. Yeah,
All
very
right.
proud.
Come on, you guys. Subscribe and watch that film on My Drama.
Mhm.
All right. Get on My Drama and find Nick and Emma and the entire team. All right. Thank
Great.
you so much.
Thank
That
you.
was
Yeah.
a great treat. So you know what? We're going to have a little fun. That was fun. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
always
Thank
great,
you for
great
doing
fun.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
So much fun. We're gonna jump into our rapid fire segment
Oh, good.
of the Vertical Buzz. This will be some fun. And we've got our new sponsor of the Vertical Buzz rapid fire segment, and that is Verticast.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, listen, Verticast is an app for actors, producers, casting directors. It is built so well. It is so simple to get onto this. You just get on Verticast app at Verticast app or verticastapp.com. And as actors, you're just going to upload all of your stuff. You're going to be able to put your your headshots on there, your video reels. You're going to put on all of the links to all your socials. It's where casting directors are going to find you, producers are going to find you. It's way beyond anything that Actors Access, Casting Network, or any of the other casting sites have. These guys have it all, so make sure that you're doing it. Verticast, we love you as a sponsor. Thank you very much. And here we go with rapid fire. All right,
I'm
Nick,
ready.
You ready for this? All right, so these are a lot of questions, but you're going to be able to, you can answer one word, one sentence, make it short and sweet.
Gotcha.
But we'll get through
rapid,
as many as
rapid is the key. I will not be
this.
expounding too much. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Most underrated skill for a vertical actor.
Patience.
Ooh, good one. What's harder, memorizing lines fast or emotional scenes fast?
The deep emotional moments. Yeah.
Okay. Most important quality in a vertical leading man.
Generosity.
That's a great answer. Most exhausting part of a vertical production.
Oh man. Okay. Most exhausting. Banquet scenes. Banquet. Standing all day.
Standing all day, hours and hours of every angle, every close-up that you could ever
just
imagine.
Moving around in a semicircle. Yeah.
100%. I'm right there with you on that.
I'm not
one.
alone in giving that answer.
One vertical trend that's coming next. Be a soothsayer here.
Action. I'd say,
Okay.
but hardcore action.
Hardcore
a little bit more than
That's
we. Yeah.
It's all right. I like it.
Yeah.
Self-tape or live audition?
Live audition. I just like seeing people. However, driving across Los Angeles middays always.
Yeah, we just talked about that. It's back in the day.
If I could teleport, live audition. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There
I mean,
you go.
or if I had a helicopter.
Yeah, right, there you go.
If I had a
Yeah.
helicopter, I could go bounce around. Yeah. Most chaotic day you've ever had on a vertical set?
Oh, there was a day on a production back in 2024. Fated to My Fiance's Alpha Daddy. Great title.
So vertical.
Every
We love
department in production had at least one person test positive for COVID.
Oh,
God. Yeah. So I'd say that day.
And this was when?
This was back in 24.
In 24.
Yeah. Like around this time in 24. And we had 3 different directors, 3 to 4 first ADs, a couple second ADs.
Oh my God.
And we made every day. We made every day, 7 days. Yeah. It was, you want to talk about collaboration? That one was also like, I'm just floored, really impressed with how we made it through that.
That's
everybody
amazing.
stepping up. But.
All right, finish this sentence. Vertical storytelling is...
Oh gosh, this is a sign that I love talking. All right. Vertical storytelling is powerful.
That's a good one. I like
powerful.
that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. All right, now we're going to go a little bit off the vertical world, and we're going to talk about Chicago.
Great.
Nick, here we go. Let's talk about Chicago.
We're going to get to my White Sox.
All right. I got a series of questions about Chicago.
Oh, good.
Because if you didn't know, I lived in Chicago for quite a while.
Oh yeah, tell me about what neighborhood were you in?
I lived right in the Loop. In
way.
Printers Row.
Oh my
if you
gosh.
know where Printers Row is,
of course.
that's where I lived. I was on Dearborn and Harrison.
Incredible. Okay.
I lived there for almost 8 years, and I lived in the
city.
I lived in the transportation building, which was a historic building because Elliot Ness had his office in that building.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he was chasing Al Capone.
Yeah.
Those are all very
Chicago's got great history, everybody.
great
if
history.
You wanna,
Yeah, we love that. We love that. But yeah, I lived there for 8 years, and I got my restart in the theater world in Chicago. I'd been an actor early on in my career, raised the family, and then I just went on and did my thing.
What play? What was the first play?
First play I did was, I got into a small black box theater company up in, where was that? Edgewater.
Oh, great. Okay.
In Edgewater, called Red Twist was the name of the little theater company. Go for it. Michael Colucci and Red Twist Theater. We love you guys.
Great.
I'll give you a little shout out there. I did Our Town.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. What a great to step
Our
back
Town
on stage. Yeah.
In a theater that held 75 people.
Yeah.
But the stage was just so wonderful. It was just
living the dream. That's I love
played
that.
Doc Gibb.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it was a great role for me.
Brilliant.
And a lot of fun to do that. And then it just went on from there. And I actually got to work with Robert Falls at the Goodman.
Oh, wow.
I got to be an Enemy of the People.
Man,
At
okay.
the Goodman, so I worked my way all the way up from a little
the
black box
to the Goodman Theater.
to the Goodman Theater.
Like if
all in a matter of 3 years.
that's Broadway
So,
in Chicago, everybody. If you're not familiar,
It is. I was very, very fortunate to have done that.
Well, congrats on that. That's awesome.
Did a small gig with Steppenwolf as a stand-in for a couple of shows there.
Right.
But no, the black box world was just the best.
Yeah.
And it was back up on stage and working a lot of nights, and
I love
it got me back up on the stage to
Yeah.
then jump back into theater
And
and
now
TV.
here you are.
I am
Yeah,
in film.
and the journey leads us.
So let's
back.
get into our rapid fire Chicago edition.
Perfect.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Deep dish or thin crust?
Thin crust. Aurelio's Pizza, south side of Chicago, everybody.
Which one is it?
Aurelio's Pizza.
Aurelio's
Yeah,
Pizza.
yeah. The
All right.
original, the Pope's favorite pizza. If you're,
And I'm more a Lou Malnati guy.
So
even the thin crust. I like the thin
I
crust.
love Lou's as well. And if you're gonna get deep dish, Lou's.
Lou's.
Yeah, I'd say.
I
Yeah.
mean, I won't turn down deep dish. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah.
Even though I had a Giordano's down the block. from where I lived. I had
Giordano's
Giordano's
too. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm a Lou Malnati. My daughter-in-law worked at Lou Malnati's for years. So
great.
we got to be loyal to Lou Malnati.
I love it.
right?
No,
Okay.
I love it.
All right. I'm not even going to ask this question. Cubs or White Sox?
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
Cubs. It's White Sox.
White Sox, baby.
Best Chicago food spot nobody talks about.
Oh, nobody talks about.
Because they all talk about Portillo's, they talk about
Yeah.
Giordano's and Lou's and all those, but
on the south side, like in the Bridgeport area, Al's.
okay.
Is that where Al's Beef is? I think it's over there. Now I'm conflating, but I'm pretty sure it's. I remember like after playing St. Ignatius in soccer, we went to Al's. I love that. Al's had the best like the wavy fries. You get hot dogs and fries there.
Right.
Yeah. So I'd say that spot. And then I can think of one more. So Mario's Table is the name of an Italian restaurant on
Don't know that.
the north side that we go to.
Mario's Table.
Mario's Table. Mario is there. Mario's walking around saying,
where on the north side?
it's kind of Gold Coast area.
Okay.
I'd say I think it's on, is it on, I'm going to blank on I think it's right. It's a little bit east of Clark.
I was just going to say Clark. I don't know why, but if you're
east
up
of
there
Clark,
on
yeah,
Gold
yeah.
Coast, it's Clark.
But we go there every Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving. So the Wednesday before Thanksgiving,
Nice.
my mom and I and our family, we try to gather there and have a nice little Italian dinner.
There
Yeah.
you go, before
It's nice.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Mm.
Favorite Chicago movie ever?
All right, this is so.
I mean, you got Home Alone, but
yeah,
you can't.
yeah.
You don't want to go there. What's your favorite Chicago movie?
This is gonna sound crazy. It's Rookie of the Year, and I know it's about
The Minnesota Twins.
No. That's so. I'm Rookie of the Year. This is the one with Amy Morton. This is the one about the kid who's the pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. Have you seen that
Oh
movie?
yes, the one that's yeah.
Rowan Gardner.
Rowan Gardner.
Yeah.
Rowan Gardner.
So I know he's a pitcher for the Cubs.
Yeah.
But I would say that's actually probably my favorite Chicago.
Oh, that's
Chicago,
great.
like Chicago movie. Like as a kid, I loved that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And my family also.
Well,
just
and
through-
it's got what's her name? Morton.
Yeah, Amy Morton. In
Amy
it. Yeah,
Morton,
speaking of Steppenwolf
yeah,
Theater, my
right.
family actually like through like some not weird connection, just like familial connection. We know Amy and
the
her
Mortons?
husband. Yeah.
And if you don't know who Amy Morton is, her family is Morton Salt. If you all know Morton Salt, it's the only salt on the market. That's who she is. That's the family.
And she, we mentioned Steppenwolf a while ago,
Yes.
but she illustrious career
Yes.
through there. And then I think she's still on one of the Chicago Dick Wolf shows.
She's on PD.
He's on PD? Okay.
She's on
yeah,
PD.
yeah, yeah.
And I was a stand-in on PD for 2 seasons.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was a stand-in for Jason Bay.
No way.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you were hustling around Chicago.
Oh, I was
That's
hustling,
awesome.
man. You had
I
to
love it.
hustle.
Yeah.
You had to keep moving.
That's
you
great.
got to get roles. And so the stand-in role, when you did stand-ins on the Dick Wolf stuff, it was really like a full-time job.
I bet. Yeah.
'Cause it
No,
was
yeah.
during the shooting time, you're 5 days a week.
Yeah, and that's still network TV. That's not streamer. So
Nope.
like they're
We
on their
shot
schedule.
we shot 5 days a
Yeah.
week, and we were just
That's
it was great.
awesome. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
cool.
That was a lot of fun. All right, Chicago summers or New York summers?
New York summers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, New York summers. We haven't gotten into my love for New York, but like, there's something about New York City, the subway. It's unbearably hot, but everybody's miserable together. You know, you get on that one. There's that one car on the one train that doesn't have air conditioning that everybody's just dripping. Yeah,
I know. I lived in New York for a few years, and I used to love going. My office was on 58th and Park, and I was still in the corporate world. But I would jump on the train. I think on the number 4.
Yeah, if you were on Park, the 4, 5, 6 is right around there.
So I would jump on the 4, and it would take me out to Yankee Stadium, out to the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
That was it. The 4. Yeah, the 4, and then we dropped off right there.
161st. Yeah,
because
definitely.
one of our guys in our office had season tickets, and he never used them. Yeah. So he'd walk around the office and go, "Who wants Yankee tickets tonight?" It's like, yeah,
I'll take them.
I'll take them. Walk down, get on the train, and go to the ballpark.
Yeah,
you know,
I lived up. My favorite apartment there was up. I was up in like they call it Hamilton Heights, but it was right across the street from City College.
Oh, nice.
2 stops on the D train from Yankee Stadium.
Whoa.
So I would go to, I could last minute be like, what are the tickets look like? $25? All right, I'm going.
Exactly.
Yeah, going to the ballpark.
Did you ever go out and see the White Sox?
All the time. When the Sox were in town, I would normally just buy tickets to all 3 games or 4 games, whatever it was. And then if I couldn't go, I'd try to find some. But I was like, when they're in town, I go.
You got to go. I used to do that in Chicago with the Twins. Because when the Twins would play, because I was only 2 stops from the 35th Street. Isn't that what it is? The exit?
Yeah.
So I was on Harrison. So I would get off. I would get on the train at Harrison, like 3 or 4 stops. I'm at Comiskey Park.
Yeah, and you got a lot of games. So the White Sox not being in the same division as the Yanks, I just had to I had to live with whenever they came to town.
And sometimes it was once a year.
Well, it was once a year, and it was like a lot of times it was like in April. And April in New York, everybody is still winter sometimes.
And it was April on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
I'm up there in the top deck, just like freezing my butt off. God. Still having probably some hope if it was April. But
all right. So here's another one. What city made you tougher? Was it Chicago or New York?
New York, for sure. New York. I weathered a lot of stuff in New York. Chicago. I mean, I love Chicago. I told you it's the closest, a really close second. But New York, I definitely had to figure out a lot of stuff, do a lot of growing up, a lot of figuring out who I was.
Right.
And I'm so grateful to that city and for my community that I had there for sort of helping me figure that out. And I love that town. Love it. Yeah.
All right. One last question. Hot dog. Ketchup. Yes or no?
No. No. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the quickest answer to a rapid fire question.
And on that, we're done. We're done with this week's episode of Rapid Fire. Those were good questions. And all of this is brought to you by Verticast. It's an incredible app. All you actors out there, you guys better get ready for it because it's faster casting for all of the vertical world right now that's going to happen. And it is so simple. You basically get on there, put all your information up there. Casting directors are going to find you. It is as simple as swipe, cast, and create. That's Verticast app at Verticast app. Just go there and find them. Verticastapp.com or at Verticast app.
Love it.
Follow us. We'll put all the information up on our site and we'll add it to you and just go find Verticast. And don't forget to subscribe. All right.
Awesome.
All right, here we go. Wow, that was a fun.
That was good. Yeah.
Read. You like some of that stuff?
Maybe not quite as rapid as we would have liked.
They never are.
Yeah.
We're talking about someone here that's got such ADD. It's like, we
could talk like for 10 minutes about it, and then we go down our tangent.
We just kind of keep going.
Yeah.
We keep going down there. All right, so let's get back to some questions here. I want to know about what separates actors who consistently work in vertical from actors who don't.
Again, this is coming from an actor who's not making decisions about who gets jobs, right? But from my perspective, the level of collaboration, the team player mentality, that collaborative mentality is what truly separates. You don't get to like show up and like kind of hide in the corner. I mean, you could, but like
you could, but you don't.
You don't. Most of the time, the community, you're kind of like, you're pulled in, we're all moving fast, and it takes the team to make the day. It really does. And everybody there is wearing multiple hats. And that, I think that's the separator, right? Is that we truly are approaching it from a team mentality of like all one on the same goal.
Yeah. So. And I would 100% agree with you that the feeling that I get on the set of a vertical is much more of a community effort than being on any traditional film I've ever been on.
I sit in my trailer and I wait till they call me. And I go,
that's
and I go
exactly
back.
right.
Yeah.
When they say, okay, your scene's done, move on.
Yeah.
You go to the trailer.
You go to
hang out.
yeah.
You don't hang out with anybody. You don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's very lonely.
It really can be. And like you can sometimes they'll let you hang around set a little bit. They're on the second episode of Homeland that I did. They kind of let me was around, even though like they maybe didn't need me right that second, but the trailer was far enough away that I stuck around and watched some stuff. But most of the time, yeah, they're like, all right, back to the trailer. We're gonna call you again in a little bit, and this is like all hands on deck. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody's talking, chatting, connecting. Verticals. We can talk about it maybe near the end, just how passionate I am about the community that we've built.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
the other one I want to touch on here, and I want to, and we have not very often touched on it on the Vertical Buzz, but we talked a little earlier in the green room before we even came up to get on set. Let's walk into AI for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go there. AI is being talked about all over the world on many topics, from corporate businesses to everything in the world is talked about AI.
Mm-hmm.
And now AI has obviously bled into this vertical world, and there's a lot of people screaming about it. There's a lot of people afraid of it. There's a lot of people. Give me your take on where you think AI and vertical entertainment are right now.
Everything in the world that is some sort of tool, we use that tool for what it is good at. And if something ends up being better at whatever that tool does, we replace it with the thing that is better. Like cars drive. I'm never going to ask a car to fly. And a plane flies. I'm never going to ask a plane to get on the 405. It'd be a mess, right?
Yep.
Problem is that AI right now, it feels like AI is capable of being a car that flies or a plane that drives. And so
it's capable.
It's capable. And so the danger that we're getting into right now is that the people who are making decisions about how to use AI are not necessarily thinking about it, I think, in a way other than how to be expeditious, efficient, and make money. Now, I don't think that there's a world where we're getting rid of actors. I don't think there's a world where we're getting rid of people who are artists. But I do think we're coming to it's a collision course right now because technology has moved so much further down the line than legislation has. We are running into issues now already, right? And
yes.
I've personally have come up against some AI stuff that I'm dealing with, and I know a lot of our colleagues have as well.
Yes.
And so
we're mainly coming, just explain what's coming up. I mean, what's happening is that they're starting to use AI in poster reimagines for different films that no authorization was given to do that.
Yeah.
So there's some unauthorized use of AI right now that is starting to, I think, creep in, and that's what's causing the angst. I think amongst most people.
There's that. There's also the use of AI right now in advertisements, in trailers,
right.
and I've run into that.
You have personally?
Personally,
wow,
yeah.
With a project you did?
Back in 2024, shot a project recently. Some explicit material was coming out that we never shot for that project, and it's all AI. And so we're.
How are you dealing with that then?
I mean, we're
Do you have lawyers involved at this point?
I've talked to a lot of lawyers about what the process would be like, again, because we are at the forefront. I hope everybody understands that, that we are in uncharted territory with all this. And so I think that if we do want to end up in a place where I think AI is going to have a place in filmmaking, especially verticals, because I think it can increase the production costs. I can blow up a building. I can crash a plane. I can do a whole car chase using AI. It would cost the entire budget of a vertical to do that
exactly
practically, right?
Yep.
So there are ways to use it. However, we get into the danger zone when we are using it in sort of this umbrella sense. Like we are going to use AI on this show, and we'll kind of see how we do it. We're going to change this person's hair or the way that the data tells us that, like, if their eyes are looking this way, it's better, so I think we just need to have proper guidelines. We need legislation to catch up, or else we're going to end up, it's the wild, wild west right now, but it's going to stay the wild, wild west. And I don't want it to. I think we need to regulate.
Listen, guys out there listening to this show, we have not talked about AI barely on the Vertical Buzz. And I know it's going to be a topic coming up that I'd like to, I want to find the right experts. I want to find the right producers and people to come on and spend an episode talking about AI, which will come up in the future. But right now, I mean, it feels like it's one of those kid in a candy store kind of a thing because it's so new and it's like so cool. I mean, we all use chat. We all use chat. We do that every day.
There are parts of it. There are parts of it that are really cool and really useful.
Yeah, and there are parts of it. I mean, I love using chat to find out, what's this, what's that, and it gives you instant answers. And so that part of AI is really cool to me. But I think we're also finding all these new things to use, and everybody's getting excited. Oh, like you said, let's use it for a car blowing up. Let's use it for this. Oh, well, we don't have to call the actors back to do a new promo for this vertical. We'll just do it in AI. We'll do it in AI and make you use them. And so. Yes, the rules are going to have to you talked about rules earlier on Pirates. And, here we are that there are going to have to be rules on, one of the things that I just saw, e-bike. Here, I'm going to use an analogy here that I have just thought of this morning, in fact. E-bikes, this electric bike world. A couple of years ago, when these e-bikes were really starting to explode, and I've got grandkids, and I'm taking my grandkids to the park to play. And we're down in Orange County at my daughter's. And here's all these e-bikes just zipping through the park, riding 30 miles an hour, which in a park with a bunch of 3-year-olds, that's crazy. And I was constantly—
That's a motorcycle.
That's a motorcycle. And these kids are 12 years old. They're riding around on these. They have no idea how to manage it, but they're just running crazy. It's that way with AI in my mind right now. It's this thing that's been created that is so cool that you want to use it, but it's not safe in a lot to So maybe that's a stupid analogy, but I think
it's right because the possibilities.
But now, if you notice, the e-bikes are starting to get reined in big time. They all of a sudden, Amazon, I guess, created an e-bike that could go up to 60 miles an hour. And that's the one that just ran over a guy.
Why would you need that?
Well, yeah. Have you seen the news about this kid? This little 12-year-old kid ran over an 80-year-old man and killed him. So now you've got a lawsuit over this guy in Huntington Beach that got run over by an e-bike. It was like, wait a minute, this has gone too far. So let's hope
that there's legislation, that there's something to rein this in, to create a set of rules that like really works for everybody, and that we're in a place where everybody feels good about it. Because the scary part right now is that nobody feels good about it.
No.
Right? There's a lot of angst and anxiety and a lot of doomsday scenarios. And but at the end of the day, I trust that we live in a world where people want to watch humans.
And I'm in that same camp of trusting that it's going to all.
We want human storytellers, not artificial storytellers. That's right.
So that's the AI part. We're going to, again, we could talk about this.
Yeah, and I'm far from an expert, right? Like,
you and me both. I'm not the expert either, but I did want to bring it up because we had a really fun conversation earlier about it. And I know that our take is pretty much the same on where that is. So, so let's talk, let's start to wind down here, but I want to hear what you want to say about verticals. I'd like to get things that you may want to get either off your chest or what you'd like to say about the world. I know you're just as passionate as I am, if not more, about the vertical world. But talk to me about where your take is on this vertical world, how good it's been to you, because it's been pretty good.
Yeah, no,
it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good to me. It's kept me active.
I'm so lucky. I'm really, really lucky. Through this community, I made tons of friends. I've met the love of my life. There's a lot of wonderful things that verticals have brought me, and I've been thinking about the language that I use to talk about it. And I've said this a lot to my fandom, but I've always dreamed of being part of something bigger than myself. Always have. Like I've always wanted to be that guy that was like, with this group fighting for something, not sure what. And just never imagined verticals because they didn't exist. But they do now. Here we are. And verticals, in a lot of ways, this community has become a dream come true for me. Because I really feel connected to a lot of people in a world that is constantly pushing us to disconnect, to isolate, in an industry that is very isolating, in a city that I would argue is very isolating. We all continue to find our way to each other, to tell stories that are meaningful, that are powerful, that touch people, that people really, really care about and want more of. And how incredible is that in the face of all of the challenges that come at us every day in this world, to like not want to connect with people. Here we are. And so that's sort of my take on it. Is this is not something to be taken for granted. This is we are all very fortunate, and I just encourage everyone to keep going, no matter what challenges we end up facing. Like if we stick together as a team, as a community, and I think we all can kind of agree on what is important to us, that this space has brought us. If we maintain our integrity towards that, I think that we're going to be successful, and we're going to continue to see this grow and shine. Yeah.
All right. I love that.
I'm with it.
That's, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Just the passion that everybody has for this world is just a vertical is just so, it's fun and encouraging.
It is. Yeah.
And I thank you. We're getting to that point here. We're going to be, we got to wrap up here a little bit. But Nick, listen, I can't thank you enough for the time here, for your energy, for everything that you've done, for coming on the show and just and sharing your journey. And you just used the word integrity, but I got to use it again because it's your integrity, your honesty, your gratefulness shines through on everything that you talk about here.
I'm so fortunate. I'm humbled by the people I get to work with every day, and thank you because this is you have by your own bootstraps created this platform.
Yep.
That lifts us all up, and I'm going to keep using the group mentality, but you've already, you talked about how many people you've spoken to already on here and how many more you're planning to see. Like, I just think that's so special. Keep going too.
And that's what we're building here. We're just trying to become that voice of this world of vertical entertainment to say, you want to come on?
Yeah. We keep reaching people. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
It really is. And I the only thing that I will say here about you and about our interview today, I'm just so sorry that you're a White Sox fan. And I can say that truly as a fellow Central American League, team person with the Minnesota Twins.
I will say my team has won a World Series more recently than yours has. That's all.
We've won 2.
You haven't. Well, you don't count 1905 or 1914.
Oh, is that when that was? Oh God, I forgot about the White Sox back before.
When did we beat the Cubs? What was that?
God, that was right. But see, we won 2, 87 and 91. Now, who doesn't know when they won their World Series, right?
Well.
When did you win your World Series?
Oh no, we won ours in 05.
But exactly. I mean,
that. We won it. Did we win it in both? No. It was 1906. I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then 2005. Yeah,
right.
magical year.
Yeah.
But I'll take the condolences. My White Sox set the record for the most losses.
And I think you had the old Minnesota Twin AJ Przinsky on that team.
We did. Yeah, we did. Everybody's least favorite player until he was on their team. And
exactly. The Twins shoved him off to San Francisco. San Francisco had him for a year and said, this sucks.
Get him out of here.
We're going to send him down to the White Sox.
Yep, and he was just what we needed.
He was.
He honestly, great embodiment of the South Side of Chicago, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's Przinsky. He's still on the air doing commentating.
Yeah, I think he's working for Fox right now. And he loves talking about the White Sox because he loves, because they're a mess. My team is a mess. They're hopefully getting bought by...
Really?
By the Ishbias.
Isn't it who owns Reinsdorf? Yeah, they own him, right?
Yeah. Reinsdorf is going to basically when he passes on, they're going to sell.
But don't they? Do they also own the Bulls?
They do.
Yeah, they own the Bulls and they own.
You want to talk about another sports franchise that's bothering me? Okay, Jerry Reinsdorf. You and I got beef.
We got issues with you, buddy. We got issues. We don't want to do that anymore. That's right. All right, so we're going to give some shout outs here. I want to shout out our lead sponsor, which is Aero, AEIRO.co, the air purifier AC150. You guys support us so tremendously and you keep the lights on. Can't thank you enough. And of course, a huge shout out right now to our newest sponsor of the Rapid Fire segment, Verticast. Verticast app at verticastapp.com. Go there. These guys are just absolutely incredible. The future of casting is right there at Verticast. You're going to find it. It's so easy. It's swipe, cast, and create. Every actor should be on there. If you are an actor and you are not on Verticast, then you are missing casting every single day. Make sure that you get on there and do Verticast. It's almost nothing. It will cost you nothing compared to what kind of work you're going to get off of there. And I also want a big shout out to the Glendale Podcast Studio. These guys just do a great job. Jason, Erica, you do everything for us. You keep everything going, and I can't thank you enough. And of course, our social media director, Anna, she does a great job keeping us out there every day on all social media content that just goes on. And listen, thank you all for listening. Just make sure that you follow us at The Vertical Buzz, and you're also subscribing. Just take the time to click that subscribe button. If you're watching the episode, you're listening to an episode, just click subscribe. It costs you nothing. It's free. Just subscribe to the Vertical Buzz, because that's what's also, you subscribe, we're also going to start offering our subscribers early entry. We're going to be offering you some merch. We got things that we're going to be offering subscribers that other people are not going to get. So make sure that you're subscribing to the Vertical Buzz. So Nick, one more thing to ask you before we do close it out. Where are people going to find you?
I'm at Nick.Ritacco on Instagram. That's really that's the only place I communicate with anybody in this industry. Not professionally, but any fan who is watching. Nick.Ritacco on Instagram. If anybody else is messaging you pretending to be me, that is not me.
That's right. We get a bit of that as well these days. That's right. Okay, so you got that. That Nick's information will also be on our site on the Vertical Buzz, so you'll be able to find it there as well. And again, just thank you all you guys for listening. I really appreciate the time that you take to do that. And I'm just going to leave you with one final statement that I say almost at the end of every episode, and that is that the future of vertical entertainment is in the palm of your hand. It's right there. This is the Vertical Buzz, the voice of the vertical revolution. Cut!